Most people think a power outage means finding the candles, charging their phone in the car, and waiting for the lights to come back on. That is the mental model most American families are operating with. And for a 2-hour outage on a Tuesday night, that model works fine. The problem is that the grid does not always cooperate with that assumption. On February 15, 2021, 4.5 million households in Texas lost power. Not for a night, for days, some for nearly a week. Temperatures dropped to levels the state had not seen in decades. Inside homes that were built for Texas summers, not Arctic winters, temperatures fell to dangerous levels within hours. At least 246 people died, 2/3 of them from hypothermia, in their own homes. And here is the detail that almost nobody talks about. The Texas power grid was 4 minutes and 37 seconds away from a complete, catastrophic collapse. If ERCOT operators had not intervened at that exact moment, engineers estimated the physical damage to the infrastructure would have taken months to repair. Not days, months. 30 million people without power in the middle of winter for months. The families that made it through that week without a hospital visit, without hypothermia, without a carbon monoxide incident, they did not all have generators. They had 12 things ready in their homes before the storm hit. That is what grid ready means. Not a bunker, not a generator the size of a truck. 12 specific items that keep a household functional when the grid cannot. That is what this video covers. Blackouts are not getting rarer, they are getting longer. Between 2022 and 2025, the average blackout duration in the United States increased from 8.1 hours to nearly 12.8 hours. That is a 58% increase in 3 years. And it is not a coincidence. On April 28, 2025, the entire Spanish and Portuguese electrical grid collapsed in a single moment. Millions of people lost power simultaneously. Authorities called it the worst European blackout in more than 20 years. In Virginia in 2025, 40 data centers simultaneously switched to backup power after a single high-voltage line failure. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation flagged it as a new and largely unplanned for class of grid instability risk. These are not isolated incidents. They are the same pattern repeating at larger scale, in more locations, with longer recovery times. The reason modern blackouts last longer than they used to comes down to 3 structural factors. First, the grid was built for the demand patterns of 20 years ago. Electric vehicles, heat pumps, and the explosion of data centers have added enormous new peaks of demand to infrastructure that was not designed to carry them. Second, the equipment is aging faster than it is being replaced. Utility workforce shortages mean that when something fails, it takes longer to fix. Third, extreme weather events are hitting grid infrastructure harder and more frequently than at any point in the last 50 years. None of this is political. It is engineering. The grid works most of the time, but it is fragile under pressure in ways that are getting harder to ignore. Grid ready does not mean expecting the system to fail. It means it does not matter to you whether it does or not. And here is what grid ready actually looks like, in 12 specific items that every household can have in place for less than $200. The first item is water storage. Store a minimum of 14 days of drinking water at 1 gallon per person per day. For a family of 4, that is 56 gallons. The fastest way to achieve this immediately is a WaterBob bladder bag, a food-grade liner that fits inside a standard bathtub and holds up to 100 gallons of tap water. It costs around $30, takes 10 minutes to fill, and keeps the water clean for up to 16 weeks. The critical detail most people miss is this. When the power goes out, water treatment facilities begin running on backup capacity, and water pressure can drop within hours of an extended outage. Fill your containers immediately when the power goes out, not after the pressure drops. The second item is a water purification backup. Even with a stored reserve, a secondary purification method is essential. A Sawyer squeeze or Life Straw personal filter removes bacteria and parasites from any water source and costs under $30. Purification tablets are compact, reliable, and last for years in storage. Plain unscented household bleach at 6 to 8.25% sodium hypochlorite, 8 drops per gallon, then wait 30 minutes, is the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's official emergency water disinfection protocol and costs under $2. These are not redundant purchases. They are layers of a system that works even when one layer fails. The third item is 14 days of shelf-stable food. Focus on calorie-dense items that require minimal or no cooking. Good choices include peanut butter, crackers, dried fruit, nuts, canned proteins, oats, and hard candy for calories and morale. Store everything in airtight containers. Cardboard and paper packaging invite moisture and pests. A sealed refrigerator keeps food safe for 4 hours after the power goes out. A full freezer stays safe for 48 hours, and a half-full freezer stays safe for 24 hours. Eat refrigerated food first, then frozen items, then shelf-stable supplies. Plan your consumption order before you need to execute it. The fourth item is a manual can opener. This is the item that generates the most eye rolls and is the most consistently forgotten in every household stockpile. In a grid-down situation, when stress is elevated and routines have collapsed, searching for a can opener in the dark is a real problem. Buy 2. Put one in your storage area and one in your kitchen drawer right now. This costs $3 and takes 30 seconds. The fifth item is battery-powered or solar LED lighting, not candles. Candles are a fire risk in a stress situation with elevated tension, distracted adults, curious children, and unfamiliar darkness. LED lanterns on batteries, headlamps for hands-free movement through the house, and small solar-powered lights that charge outside during the day and provide room lighting at night. A headlamp is the single most practical lighting investment for a blackout. It keeps your hands free and follows your eyes. Keep one in every bedroom. The sixth item is a high-capacity power bank for phones and devices. A minimum of 20,000 milliamp hours, enough to charge a smartphone 4 to 5 times. Keep it charged above 80% at all times. During an extended blackout, your phone is your connection to emergency alerts, family communication, and information about when power will be restored. A power bank costs between $20 and $40 and fits in a drawer. It is the most compact communication investment on this list. The seventh item is a hand crank emergency radio. This is the most overlooked item on this list, and it costs less than $10. When internet infrastructure fails, when cellular networks become overloaded, or when your phone battery runs out, a hand crank radio with National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration weather band capability is the only reliable source of evacuation orders, shelter-in-place instructions, and restoration timelines. In Texas 2021, the families who knew when power was expected to be restored, which roads were passable, and which warming centers were open were the families who made better decisions. That information came from emergency radio broadcasts, not from social media that required a charged phone and a working cell tower. This item saved lives in Texas. It costs less than a fast food meal. The eighth item is a battery-powered carbon monoxide detector. In the Texas freeze, multiple families died from carbon monoxide poisoning while trying to stay warm, using generators indoors, running cars in attached garages, and bringing camping stoves and charcoal grills inside. Carbon monoxide is colorless and odorless. You cannot detect it without a detector. A battery-powered carbon monoxide detector works even when the grid is down. The rule is absolute. Never run a generator, grill, camp stove, or any combustion device indoors or in an attached garage, ever. under any circumstances. The detector is the last line of defense if that rule is accidentally broken. It costs under $20 and it is non-negotiable. The ninth item is thermal clothing and sleeping bags. In any extended winter blackout, temperature regulation is the primary survival challenge. Not food, not water, not light. Hypothermia killed more people in Texas in 2021 than any other single cause. The solution is not a space heater that requires electricity. It is layered thermal clothing, wool socks, and sleeping bags rated to at least 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Sleeping multiple people in one room conserves body heat. Thermal blankets, the mylar foil type available for under $2 each, reflect 90% of body heat and take up almost no storage space. These are not comfort items. They are the difference between a manageable cold night and a medical emergency. The 10th item is an extended medication supply. Every prescription medication in your household should have a minimum 30-day buffer beyond your current supply. Many people defer this indefinitely because refilling prescriptions early usually requires a conversation with a doctor or with an insurance company. In any blackout that disrupts pharmacy operations or makes travel difficult, running out of a critical medication is not an inconvenience. For households with insulin-dependent members, the critical detail is this: insulin stored in a closed original vial remains usable at room temperature for up to 28 days, but it degrades faster at temperatures above 77 degrees Fahrenheit. A small cooler with ice packs can maintain safe insulin temperatures for 48 to 72 hours. Know the specific storage requirements for every medication in your household before you need that information. The 11th item is cash in small bills. In every major blackout longer than 8 hours, digital payment systems like credit cards, debit cards, mobile payments, and ATMs experience outages that can last hours or days. Cash does not require a network. Use small bills because stores and gas stations may not have change available during a disruption. Store a reasonable amount, enough to cover 2 to 3 days of basic purchases, in a secure location at home. This is not a significant financial investment. It is a practical redundancy that costs nothing beyond the decision to set it aside. The 12th item is a written plan, a household document, not a mental note. A physical document written on paper that answers 4 specific questions: where the family goes if staying home becomes impossible, who the out-of-region contact person is that family members call if local networks are congested, what the order of priorities is in the first 6 hours of a blackout, and what medical or logistical needs in this household require special attention during a power outage. Laminate it. Put it in the same place every time. Make sure every member of the household, including children old enough to read, knows where it is. Disaster psychology research conducted after the Texas freeze and after Hurricane Katrina consistently found one pattern. Households with a written plan made better decisions under stress, recovered faster, and reported significantly lower psychological distress than households that improvised. The plan does not need to be long. It needs to exist, and it needs to be somewhere everyone can find in the dark. Here is the dimension that even households with all 12 of these items almost always miss. Owning the items is not the same as being grid-ready, the families in Texas. 2021 who struggled most were not always the families without supplies. Some had supplies they could not find in the dark, equipment they had never operated, and plans they had never discussed with their children. Being grid-ready is not a shopping list. It is a system, and a system only works if everyone who needs to use it has practiced using it before the moment arrives. Once a year, run a blackout drill for 2 hours. Turn off the power at the breaker. Put the phones away. Try to function for 2 hours using only what is in your emergency supplies. Which items are hard to find? Which ones do not work as expected? Does everyone know where the plan is? Do the children know the out-of-region contact number? 2 hours once a year costs less time and money than any other item on this list. And it is the single step that determines whether the other 12 items actually perform when they need to. Return to where we started. 246 people died in Texas in February 2021. Most of them were not in extraordinary circumstances. They were in their homes, in the dark, in the cold, without the items and the plan that would have changed the outcome. The grid was 4 minutes and 37 seconds from a collapse that could have lasted months. It did not collapse that time, but the structural fragility that caused it has not been resolved. Blackouts are getting longer. The demand on aging infrastructure is growing. The families who are grid-ready when the next extended outage hits are not the families who predicted it. They are the families who decided that being prepared was worth less than $200 and a few hours of attention. Here is the entry point. This week, pick one item from this list that you do not currently have. Just one. Buy it before the weekend. Next week, pick another. In 12 weeks, your household is fully grid-ready. You will have spent less than $200. The next time the power goes out in your neighborhood, for an hour, for a day, or for longer, it will not matter, because you will already have everything you need. Grid-ready is not a personality, it is a decision. You can make that decision today.